The legislative processes during Ambazonia or Southern Cameroon's liberation movement. The Ambazonian liberation movement aimed at achieving independence for Southern Cameroon has been in motion since independence of our nation on October 1st in 1961. This independence, I'll say independence in quote, resulted in what is considered an illegal occupation and invasion under the guise of a union of two states of equal status. This experimental union allowed La République du Cameroon, under the leadership of President Amadou Ahidjo, to dismantle Southern Cameroon's governmental institution frameworks as well as non-governmental structures. The dissolution of Southern Cameroon by Mr. Paul Biya in 1984 by returning to the name La République du Cameroun confirmed suspicions that the French and their allies intended to assimilate Southern Cameroons. Mr. Biya even hinted at this during the Paris Peace Forum of Mo Ibrahim in 2019. Fast forward to 2016. The political uprising catalyzed by the people of Southern Cameroon led to significant resistance against the oppression and territorial usurpation by La République du Cameroun. The people, standing united, sought to reassert their independence and restore not only their rights, but also the damaged institutions integral to their identity. Since 2017, the Southern Cameroon's Ambazonia has been operating in exile, dedicated to actualizing the independence stolen from them. This movement has undergone rapid evolution from the Southern Cameroon Ambazonia Consortium United Front, also known as CACUF, to the Governing Council, the interim government, and currently the government of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia, or the government of Southern Cameroon, or the government of Ambazonia. Today, I will present the processes, legalities, and the significance of this evolution. It is my hope that we, as a chosen generation, can solidify our understanding, will, and determination to free our nation from the clutches of the French Cameroon's hegemony. The fourth conclave of Zaria, Nigeria, held in November of 2017, marked a significant turning point by establishing the interim government of Southern Cameroon's Ambazonia. 5 years later, the people of Southern Cameroon's Ambazonia decided it was prudent to revive the government structure led by Dr. EML Endeli and later transitioned to the John Gu Fonchas government. Consequently, on December 2nd, 2023, a constituent assembly comprising of all branches and tiers of the former interim government, with the exclusion of the interim House of Representatives, overwhelmingly voted for the resolutions to transition from the interim government to a full-fledged government of Southern Cameroon. Ambazonia, along with other pertinent issues to allow for effective governance, such as the interim constitution, the legislative body, were renamed. The custodial protector of state important artistic emblems and special codes to facilitate the preservation of the government was assigned to the president of the executive branch and with some oversight by the legislative branch in the case of eventualities. These resolutions and bill to amend the constitution was then presented to the then interim House of Representatives for deliberation and voting into law. Hence, on December 3rd, 2023, the interim House, during an extraordinary session, deliberated, voted, and passed these amendments. The amendments were signed and promulgated into law by President Samuel Ekome Sako, PhD, on December 7th, 2023, during a town hall meeting. The interim constitution became the orders in council and delineated the nation's institutional framework in exile. The government, consisting of both executive branch, which includes the grassroots tiers, and the legislative branches, alongside the Judiciary and Ethics Commission and the Advisory Council. The authority of the government of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia from the order in council, previously known as the interim constitution. These processes and provisions carry significant legal bearing. It is important to note that there was nothing in the former interim constitution that prohibited the president from calling a constituent assembly whenever deemed necessary or in the event of an emergency. My prayer is for us to take offices in Buea as soon as possible. As we transition to Buea, the state constitution will be drafted and the people's voices will be heard, especially those at home front, as stipulated by the orders in council. Let Ambazonians be mindful that the orders of council serve as the guiding rules that legally empowers the government in exile to operate. I can guarantee that if we tarry in exile longer, more amendments will occur as we pivot and adjust to changing circumstances. Granted, with the original foundational interim constitution, now known as the order, as granted by that original interim constitution, or now known as the orders in council.